Hi there, how are you? So I'm working on some Panzers here, and they're not finished or anything, so I'm still working on them, but you can see I've got a Panzer II, 3 and 4, so you can see the difference in size between them. It's a bit deceptive because the Panzer, this is the last version, the J version, and it's got the Scherzen on it. This is the J version of the Panzer III, so this is the most produced one, but this was the 1941, 1942 sort of version. This was definitely the 42 version because it's got the longer barrel. And here we've got a 1940 version of the Panzer II, so that's a C model. Now you can see why they had to retire the Panzer III in 1943. It's not that it's much smaller than the Panzer IV, but this is my just suspicion at the moment. I think they could put the larger cannon in this one because the turret sits back more. It's more centered, I suppose. This one had a, yeah, you can see here, and the weight would have really put too much pressure on the front. Too much weight. Anyway, that's just my theory on that, because I've always wondered it, like they are very similar tanks, and why the Panzer IV, their support tank, what they thought would be the support tank, the infantry support tank, ended up going on to be their sort of workhorse, and this got retired, the battle one. Now I've got a yeah, this was meant to be the battle tank, but what ended up happening was you needed to have that kind of as the battle tank. It needed to have a 100mm cannon and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, in 1935 and 1937 I think they started developing this, because I've got the Miniat Panzer IIIB. I'll see if I can find it. But yeah, they started developing that in 37, and as the main battle tank for Germany. But it didn't work out. By 1943 it was like, nah, the battle tank has to be bigger, and this is too small, and this is too small, but it did the job for the war. Anyway, but yeah, the Panzer II is significantly smaller, isn't it? And this is really what won the war in France. You know, these two were really an insignificant showing in France, and they both didn't have these cannons. This had a 37mm, and this had the short barrel 75, but this was the main one on the battlefield in France. Interesting stuff. Alright, see you later guys.